Hello guys. Yes, the stream has officially started now, I guess, but I need to find out how to transition because this is a different layout from my streaming. Hang on. Thank you all for joining. I don't know how long the stream's gonna be on for, but is that gonna work? No. Bear with. Got transition. Which one is it? I'm not on OBS, am I? There we go. Right. So yeah, I'm not drawing this. This is what I'm drawing tonight. Yeah, no Spyro, mercifully, because I was really bad at it. So I don't think I'm going to stream that again, to be honest. But anyway, we're going to draw this. Just this panel. So I've done the rough layout of it first, before I came on here. So now we need to redefine it. I've also changed my technique a little bit over the past few weeks. I no longer use, I use different pens now. I've gone back to using the turnip pen for my laying out. Hello anyway. And hello Jason King. Cool name. Is that for real, by the way? Right, spare with me. To be honest, I wanted to keep this out of the stream as well, but oh well. See, I'm drawing this character. That's why I chose to draw this panel tonight. It's something a bit different. And hopefully you won't mind. Right. Let's crack on. What software do I use? I use Clip Studio Paint EX. It's at the top here. It's probably a bit hard to see though. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped using this pen for doing layouts. Like, the strokes are so much smoother. You do sort of lose that looseness though. But you get some nice precision, which is what I would prefer really. But yeah, this is a new character. Or is it? It might not actually be. Who knows? Not even I know at this point. But hey, it's good clickbait. I'm also going to change the angle of this phone. Or is it a phone? No one knows. It's a phone box. Or a talk box. To anybody who watches the Mighty Boosh. Talk box. Ugh, now we've got to try and do anatomy. Oh Oh no. Well, no, I can do anatomy, I just don't do it correctly half the time. Make sure the flip as well. It's a good thing I did, because that forearm is looking a bit dodgy. Actually, that should be the opposite, I think. Another thing I've changed in my technique recently is I'm not drawing over things twice anymore. Mind you, this is an exception. But usually I just draw everything in one go now, including the clothes. Just figure it saves a lot more time. I'm glad you like it, Colby. Glad anybody likes it, to be honest. And apparently it's getting more fans, which is nice. Apparently it's getting a bit slightly more popular over recent weeks, which is obviously a nice thing, but at the same time I don't really understand why. Like, I could really do with making the episodes a bit longer, but I only have a week to make them at the moment, so it's either that or go on hiatus, which I don't want to do. And hello Lulu, thanks for joining. Sorry if I do miss any comments though. Hope you can understand I'm trying to draw. But hey, hopefully this drawing will go better than my Spider-Man, my Spyro playthroughs. Might change these fingers actually. Doesn't really look like she's holding her phone. Sorry, talk box. That's better. Again, I don't really aim for perfection anymore. Which, if you're going to start doing webcomics, I highly recommend you don't. Yeah, I highly recommend that you do that. Doesn't matter if everything doesn't look perfect anymore. At the end of the day, if you can get the content made, that's all that really matters. Yeah, I might go back to it, Husky, but we'll see. I don't know why I was so flummoxed by Spyro the Dragon. And hello, Jack. Let's not make these legs look a little bit, well, less flat, at least. Let's do that again. Also, I always will forever struggle with legs. Don't know why. Which I've made life harder for me here because it's sort of twisted. Is there anything you recommend for artists with body scaling? What do you mean, just getting anatomy right? In that case, the only thing I can recommend is just going out and drawing people in real life, because that's what I did. I found that helped a lot. But I did do that during my years at college though, so we did it as a group, so it wasn't as awkward. If that is what you're asking. But honestly, I'm not the best. I'm really not the best at my anatomy, even after all these years. Even with that um, sort of practice. Well, me personally, I just found it helpful drawing people in real life. And also at college, we did nude drawings as well, which was a bit awkward at first, to say the least. Many ball bags, but you get used to it after a while. I was going to question it, Kenneth, but it's quite normal this day and age. Hey, in all fairness, people still mistake Layla as Lulu in the comic, I've noticed, according to some comments, which I think is kind of funny. I can't criticise though, because I also get character names mixed up. Not my own, obviously, but from shows I've watched. We're slowly getting there though. I would say that her legs are a little bit too long. Or thighs, especially. Because otherwise you get Code Geass syndrome. I'm not going to give any hints towards that, Neko. You just have to wait and see. Mind you, this could just be a background character. You guys will see. Here's another hint as well I could give you regarding drawing people. Sometimes it helps to draw what you don't see. Like here, like you can't see the leg behind this one, but it helps to draw it in anyway. Helps with accuracy. That's why planning is important. First chapter's almost done after 4 months. I took nearly a year to create the first chapter. Well, to redo it. But I was doing other things then. I was working on animations. But like I said though, don't kill yourself making it. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. In terms of like the way it looks, I mean. And hello, Ryuzaki. There's a lot of wildlife wherever you are, Jack. We'll say that. Right. Haven't quite figured out what expression I want here. That's why you plan things. Let's do that mouth again, shall we? And hello, Garth, as well. Okay, Moonstar, make sure to tweet it to me though, because otherwise I won't see it. Or use Instagram, but I very rarely look at Instagram. I'm trash at drawing. We all were at some point. Ryu. I was. Still got a long way to go, but I believe anybody can get good at drawing. You just got to practice and have an understanding of certain things. I know I've said that a lot on stream, but it's true. I mean, if I could be willing to find all of my old drawings, like when I was a kid, or stuff I did as a teenager, I'll be willing to show you how you can improve. Sleeping class. See, I was also very good at that. Not sure if I've given her too big a feet as well. Well, on this side at least. Again, this drawing won't be complete tonight, but I will do clean up for it. That's probably how far we'll get tonight with this drawing, because I need to decide where the lighting is etc. Oh yeah, make sure to save as well, which I didn't do up to this point. So it's a good thing Clip Studio doesn't like to crash that often. Sorry guys, I'm just sort of pondering at the moment if I want to start cleaning up now. But if I ponder too much, I'll be a hypocrite by saying, well, from what I said earlier, where perfection doesn't matter. I'm from United Kingdom, Neko. Just seeing if this will work. If I just tilt that. I mean, I will spoil this, that she is meant to be leaning against something here, just slightly. So I've got to try and convey that. That's alright, you're not the first to ask. Make her a Vicky, oh my god. Alright then. There we go. Why does that look more like an MC Hammer tribute? I really don't like that term, but that's probably the best way to describe how I used to draw girls when I first started doing DYG. But of course, with the relaunch, that gave me a chance to hopefully fix everything. Because I remember the first chapter, let's be honest, some of the anatomy was pretty awful. And luckily, the relaunch, I could fix a lot of it. Despite the fact that took me a year to do. But in all fairness, in my defence, I was not familiar with digital drawing then. Like 2015 was when I started drawing digitally like this. Right, we're going to do cleanup now. I'm also going to use a vector layer as well, which means that if we'll see in a minute. Which is helpful as well if you're doing comics and want to compromise a little bit. I advise using vectoring. What inspired you to create your webtoon? It's mostly fantasy because, when I was a teenager, I grew up in an all-boys school. But some of the situations are sort of inspired by my experience at school. But what made me decide to do like basically a rom-com was an anime called Love Complex, which that was like my first exposure to like anime high school rom-com stuff. So that is mainly what inspired me, along with a sprinkling of like real life occurrences, despite the fact I was at a all boys school. But like the teachers and to an extent the characters, obviously all very exaggerated because that's my way of storytelling. Right, this is why I do vector layers, guys. I just realised I actually want this picture to be bigger before I start doing that. That's why you do vector layers. So then, mind you, I will say that's the only problem with this program. Right, so I can increase the size of that so it's matching, and I hopefully won't lose any quality. But here's my criticism though, is that the line work thickens up a bit too much. I like how that line work's too thick for me, but you don't lose the quality if you do that. It seems like yeah, I kind of do have to answer the question though, Husky, but you are right. I don't mind though. I repeat myself a lot anyway. We are slowly getting there though. Make sure to flip. But yeah, I do repeat myself though. But yeah, I do repeat myself. That's alright, Lucy, and thank you as well. And for her eyelashes, use the G pen. That's what I usually use. I'm just going to change the eyes up a little bit. Of course, that's one technique I'll always use, is to not always follow the guidelines you put down. Fortunately, it's a habit I can't break. Gotta get good. Okay, Moonstar, thanks for joining anyway. I don't know when I'll be here next streaming, but goodbye anyway. Of course, as always, I appreciate everybody who's who comes to these streams. Because obviously it gives you more incentive to do it more. Or do it again, I should say. Ah, that's another problem with vector layers, you can't fill in colour. Actually, I changed my mind a little bit. She's a bit too wide-eyed, so I'm gonna squint this one up a little bit. Of course, I zoom out every now and then like that because, again, this is just one of those things that helps. In case you've made a mistake, or it just doesn't look right. Just zoom out and have a look. I notice you guys do a lot of quote-unquote role playing on my streams. Not that I disapprove of it. I just find it interesting. And welcome back, Garth. Let's rock this man drawing live. As you can tell, I'm the ultimate rocker. I live life on the edge, you know. Yeah, despite the corrections I made earlier, these legs are a bit too long, but like I said, don't seek perfection. Like if you want to get into doing comics, you need to learn to try and churn out as much as possible in such a small amount of time, because it will help. And if you're lucky enough, like me, to get a job at WebToon, you'll need to do that. Like I said, I'm only just keeping on top of the work I'm doing at the moment, and ideally I would like to get faster. So then I can make longer episodes, because I feel like they're a bit too short at the moment. Who is this character? You just have to wait and see. Could just be a background character that I'm spending too much time on. We may never know. How am I liking my job so far? Well, I obviously love it. Like, I'm eternally grateful that the fact I've actually got this opportunity. Like, it didn't quite sink in. It probably doesn't come across that I'm grateful, but I really am. Like, it could be so much worse. The only thing that's sort of stressful at the moment is keeping on top of it, but like I just said, I want to make the episodes longer, but that's all down to how much work I can get done within a week. Of course, the simple solution would be to go on hiatus, which I was close to doing, but if I was to do that, the hiatus would be like 2 months, which is far too long. Because I'd need to start again with the fast pass, which I didn't think about. Well, it's also great skill, Neko, but it's also just someone who's practiced a lot. Speed comes with practice, basically. Like, this is another thing I used to do, but again, I don't really have the time to do it anymore. But I used to draw, like you said there, I used to draw the same thing over and over and over, like the same pose, like same hand gesture. I draw it like 10 times in a row, and that also helped. But the problem is, I haven't done it in so long that it's all about practice again. That's why I'd say my strengths are the facial expressions, because I used to practice so much drawing faces and that. And if I'm lucky, sometimes drawing faces is second nature to me. Depends what it is though. Sometimes I do have to think quite a bit. Right, we're going to start colouring now. And I'm going to use this one. Make sure to save. Must admit, I can't believe that took nearly 40 minutes to do all that. I'm actually trying to be reasonably quick here. That's what it's like sometimes drawing especially a full body picture like this. See, that seems too dark. Oh, it's because that's the colour of a shirt or jacket. Yeah, that's another problem as well. If I don't want to get to a point where I get burnt out either, because then I would have to take a hiatus. So that's another thing I fear will happen eventually, but luckily I have a pretty good plan of where the story's going at the moment. It's just filling in the gaps can be a bit difficult sometimes. Sometimes it's just better to, for me at least, to just put my characters in a situation. And it sort of writes itself. So I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. YouTube channel. Yeah, I know, Garth. I've been keeping track of that as well. They've done... Well, I need to catch up on the Let's Play webtoon they're doing, that they've animated. But there you go, those are the kind of opportunities you can get with webtoon if your series does very well, as in, like, it's one of their best series. Which, to be honest, I'm quite far off, but I don't expect that, really. Just glad that the series is gradually growing at the moment, apparently. Of course, I don't really have the stats, but this is just what my editors told me. Let's hope it doesn't drop off, though. Spoiler alert. Just wanted to get the colour of her phone. And her nails. I think her belt was that colour. Yeah. Right, so... Oh wait, no. Still got colour in her boots. I'm quite happy with that colour, to be honest. Actually, no, maybe we'll go a bit more... Yeah, a bit more like that, a bit more beige. Thanks, Jack, again for the tip. But yes, do leave a like button, guys. What is the hardest... Are you trying to say what is the hardest character to draw? Hard to say, really. To be honest, right now, all the characters are reasonably... Like, the main characters, the main 5 characters in Dig, are reasonably easy to draw, but I struggle with the consistency of hair across all of them. And that's been a recent struggle as well, and I don't know why. Right, that colour's blocked in, so I'm going to do one more thing before I go, and that is blocking some shadow. I've decided where the shadow's going, so I take back to what I said when I said I I wasn't going to do this on stream. I have a fairly good idea where I want it. I won't be drawing anything else after this. After this is after I've done this, I'll be calling it a night. Well, for the stream at least. Emos are still a thing. There we go. I was actually questioning that the other day with my friend. There we go. And thank you Decimal as well for the £5. Lovely. Love you and your work. I thank you very much. Don't know about myself, but glad you love my work. Thank you kindly for the tip as well. I love you guys for supporting this channel. Well, supporting what I do, I should say, not this channel. I think it's safe to say my YouTube channel is sort of dead. At least it would be if it weren't for you guys watching my streams. I'm still getting subscribers though, which is what bothers me. And it's not from my WebToon stuff either, it's from my animations. I wish it would stop. See, I actually wanted to Husky, but as far as I know, there's no way to change it until you become a verified partner. Because otherwise I would have done it by now. And thank you, Jack, again. Oh, the donation wars are back again. I'd say make the most of it though, because I'll be done soon. Like literally, I'm just gonna put in this shadow, and then we'll call it a night. Haven't done too bad. It's been nearly an hour. I'm also gonna leave an outline out here as well, because sometimes light illuminates from the other side, obviously. And I'm also thinking that this setting is quite dark, so sometimes it helps to have the other side lit up so that you have a better silhouette of things. Clarity, in other words. Right, now we're going to drop those in. Of course, I might completely change this once I'm done. I've also just realised, why am I dropping it in there? I need to do the opposite. I wonder why that looked odd for a second. Hello Lotso, who is this? You'll have to wait and see. Of course, I don't know if it actually comes up on stream, but I'm not using... Well, you can see what colour I'm using for the shadow. I very rarely use black, like a pure black now for shadow work. Just because it is a shadow doesn't mean it doesn't have to have any colour in it. Oops. I'm also going to put a shadow here as well, to give you guys an idea where it's coming from. Which I can't decide, do I want it like that? Then like that. I'm not going to do the background though. Actually saying that, no, I was meant to colour in her face, I just realised. So I was doing the correct thing. This is why you step back and look at your work. I just forgot to I forgot to finish off the top of her head, that's why it looked odd. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Maybe colour in half her hand as well. Leave a bit of shadow on her finger there. Let's lower the opacity, see how this looks. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I used to struggle with shadows. Well, I still sort of do now, but really all you have to bear in mind is where's the light coming from? And if you think of it like that, it gets a lot easier. Oops. That's because the opacity's down. Or up, I can't remember which one it is. Right, so that's done. We are done for tonight, guys. I can't, to be honest, I really can't do any more without spoiling stuff. Like, this is as far as I can go. Like, even this is sort of a spoiler, to be honest, but I figured there's not that many people watching. I'm pretty sure I can get away with showing a new character. Does music help with the focus? Not really. I used to play a lot of music, but since I've got tinnitus, I don't really listen to music as much. I only put it on for the streams, really. But I appreciate all the questions and that for tonight, guys. It makes it a bit more, makes these streams a bit more interesting, because I actually have things to talk about. I think I'd get banned if I started doing that, Jack. The whole gang's here. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. I don't know when I'll be streaming next, but maybe next Saturday or sometime during the week. Won't be Spyro though, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm going to go now. Again, I was kind of hoping to go over the hour mark, but we're near enough there, so... there's going to be no fade out either, I'm just going to go now. Because I don't have it programmed anymore, I don't know where it's gone, so... See you later, guys. Thank you, Decimal and Jack, for the donations as well, kindly. Thank you kindly, I should say. I'm good with words, so I'm going to stop using them. See you later, guys. Take care. Love and pizza. Thanks for I'm so bad with words tonight. Thanks for supporting what I do, as always. And yeah, love and pizza, if I haven't already said that. Bye, guys. No fade out, sorry.